para sa pagbabago. Sawa na ang sayan ko sa magnanakaw na tao. Madilim na kahapon, ikaw ang mag-aahon. Sa piling mo, di ko mawawala ang korupsyon. Tayo na,
Please take your seats. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very special day as we witness the formal induction of the directors, trustees, and officers of 4 of the largest business organizations in the country. The Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry under the leadership of Mr. George T. Barcelon, the Philippine Exporters Confederation led by Mr. Sergio Ortiz Luis Jr., the Employers Confederation of the Philippines led by Mr. Edgardo G. Lacson, and the Philippine Franchise Association led by Dr. Alan L. Escalona. We also recognize and thank the efforts of Dr. Lucia Co, Council of Senior Advisors of PCCI, for helping make this event possible. To formally begin the program, may I call on the President of PCCI to deliver a message on behalf of the business organizations. Please welcome Mr. George T. Barcelon.
President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, President of the Republic of the Philippines, Executive Secretary Mr. Salvador Meljadia, Department of Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez, Department of Trade and Industry Secretary Ramon Lopez, Department of National Economic and Development Authority Secretary Ernesto Pernia, Department of Budget and Management, Secretary Benjamin Diokno. Members of the Board of Directors and committee chairpersons of the various business organizations. First, Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, PCCI. Philippine Exporters Confederations, PHILEXPORT. Employers Confederations of the Philippines, ECOP. And Philippine Franchise Association, FPA. And PhilFodex, Philippine, and also ICCP, International Chamber of Commerce. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of PCCI, PHILEXPORT, ECOP, PFA, we are grateful to you, President Duterte, for accommodating our request to be our inducting officer. It is indeed an honor for us to be formally installed into office in Malacañan. Mr. President, we look up to you as the captain of change and the commander-in-chief of good governance. We look forward to your support of our organizations, representing tens of thousands of members, each playing their respective roles in championing your vision of progress for all. We are motivated by you and your economic team's plan and action points, which were highlighted in the Sulong Pilipinas in Davao and in your first State of the Nation address. The focus is placed in the growth of agriculture and manufacturing sectors, and the adaptation of a tax reform agenda, infrastructure developments, small and medium enterprise supports, and improving ease of doing business are very complementary to our advocacies and initiatives, furthering not only the interests of our membership, but also and above all of the country. It is vital for all of us to continue to make our economy competitive and global. The work we have before us is important to carry on the many tasks in ensuring that we remain true and committed to our work. I present to you women of the PCCI, PHILEXPORT, ECOP, and PFA, the board and committee chairpersons, dedicated business leaders, entrepreneurs, industry professionals who have devoted their time and expertise to help elevate the Philippine economy to the next level. Equipped with the expertise of years of experience, they are dedicated to implement work programs that will move forward the various industries and sectors. As we take the oath of office, we have in our hearts and minds the desire to help provide a dignified and quality life for every Filipino, where he or she can stand tall and inspire others to believe and achieve. The moment is here. The time is now. With you, Mr. President, at the helm, change is possible. And together with your economic team, can lead the Philippines to a better future. In closing, allow me to quote Abraham Lincoln when he said, "I do the very best I know how. The very best I can. I mean to keep on doing so until the end." In the past 50 days, Mr. President, we have witnessed this firmness of purpose in your pronouncement and in your actions. And today, in our respective roles, we make our commitment to do likewise. Maraming salamat at mabuhay po tayong lahat. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barcelon. We shall now proceed with the induction ceremony. May we request the oath takers to please rise.
Are we all ready? Kindly raise your right hands or your left, if you may, and repeat after me. I state your name, having been elected to the position of, solemnly swear that I will well and faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of my present position and of all others I may hereafter hold under the Republic of the Philippines. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the Philippines. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I will obey the laws, legal orders, and decrees promulgated by the duly constituted authorities of the Republic of the Philippines. That I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
So help me God. Congratulations at salamat po sa inyong lahat. It's not part of the program, but if you will indulge me, even for a few minutes, I'd just like to talk to you, not to give a speech. Ay, wala na yun. Tapos naman. We're all been introduced, and I know almost everybody of you, if not personally from the magazines that I read from time to time. And I know that we are here assembled this afternoon because of one desire, and that is because we are Filipinos and we would like to see our country move ahead to the next generation. I hope to hand over to whoever is my successor, the imponderables of life. I would like to hand to her or to him a government that is in order. You know, the society now that we are trying to correct along the way for the few months, we are already in disorder because the number one problem is government and corruption. This has been going on for the last so many. I think this started with Magellan and Lapu-Lapu exchanging money somewhere. But we cannot really move and hope to improve unless we can correct corruption in government. I was moved to declare all positions vacant for those who are appointed by the President. So if I will ask your or demand your resignation, it only means one thing, that the Filipino, through me, the appointing power, has lost its confidence for you to handle the affairs of government, whatever it is. It remains really a problem in the regulatory bodies and agencies. Hindi ko malaman kung anuhin ko itong, you know, I've been trying to warn everybody, and I was hoping that I would not have to name them, and for the reason that I ask those who are involved in so many wrongs to resign before I take my oath of office. Apparently, itong sa probinsya, though no fault of Galvante or Attorney Delgra, they have nothing to do with it. Corruption starts even upon the filing of papers. And sa probinsya ho, madalas pa rin. I am brought to desperation of what I will do with them. Maybe I will just also declare them just like the hunted men sa Druga para matapos na ang kalbaryo ng Pilipinas. Ayaw talaga maghinto ang mga... So, in the next day, I'll just conduct a purge. I told you we have to go into a purge. It might not include the technical people, and for those who are really in the civil service role of employees, they are not included, but it would send the message that tanggalin ko itong lahat, and even my appointees or those who are there at my behest during the previous administration. I was quite well in good terms with Arroyo and Aquino. We supported President Aquino during the last elections, and one or two or three, pinagbigyan niya ako. But I said, looking at it now, there seems to be no loyalty when it is money that is involved. And we cannot hope to progress really. Do not bleed the hearts for them, because they ought to be out. And I would be the last person in this planet to do an unfair thing. I would never want to hurt anybody or the family reduced in income. Pero ang problema nito, most of them must change their lifestyle because of a reduced income. Yan ang problema. Kung hindi ka maka-adjust dyan, kasi baka yung sweldo mo, pang ano lang yan, pang dagdag na lang yan, and you have been in graft for so many years and for so many decades, you have to go. I will until maybe Christmas time, but not on Christmas Day. Mahirap naman yan. Masakit yan. Titignan ko lang lahat yung may mga kaso. Yung may mga kaso tapos for one reason or another na ano ng ombudsman and have been pending for the last 3 years. there's no reason at all to hang on to them. Better go. Hindi naman talaga, I mean, a prosecutor for about 10 years doing trial work. And I know how it is being played. So, tanggalin talaga natin yan and make sure that hindi na kailangan report mo lang kay Sane, kay Sir Benjok, no? And kay Midaldia. Sabi mo lang kay Bingbong, huwag mo na sabihin yung pangalan mo. And I will start the investigation. Hindi yan investigation na kagaya ng mga korte, ng mga ombudsman. I'll just call for him and ask you. I will ask them to report to me. Like for example, I heard that he has already resigned yung LTFRB sa Cagayan. Siguro, nanahan na niya ako, ayaw niyang pumunta dito, baka, alam mo, matagal na yung Pasig dyan, mga isda na nakatikim ng tao. Puro kinakain niya, water lily na lang. Pipilitan ako magsalita ng gano'n kasi talagang I'm pissed off. Simply pissed off. Na ako na mismo sinasabi, wag. Mabuti pang unang tumino talaga na matino ang military, armed forces. So I am very happy. That's why I'm quite comfortable with anybody that procuring something. And besides, I do not believe in that lowest bid. Jesus Mariusep. That's the source of all corruption. Yung lowest bid. Yung manalo niyan, yung wala talagang i-bid. He's not even a bidder. He's just there to get the award and give it to somebody else for a fee. So I'd like you to just let me know. What are the standards that you would like me to follow? For after all, I am not a businessman. Do not just presume that I would know the wherewithals of our economic life. Ako naman, I've done my duty. I could not have graduated from AB without passing economics. So, tatama na yun. Ano pa bang gusto ninyo? Mag-masters pa ako sa UP? So, if that is how limited my horizons are, that is good because I passed the... Nakalasot ako ng AB although it's about 78, pero okay na yun. Nakakahilo kasi ang mga mapa-mapa na gano'n. I do not want that. But at least, I am very frank with you. I have assembled the best of all. Ito, kilala ko lahat. Kababata ko to and my classmates. And magtanong kayo bakit hindi niyo kinuha yung top na ano dyan. Hindi ko kasi kilala. Taga Davao, marami. Then dito, wala. Hindi naman ninyo ako niyaya noon. We were social outcasts because we were just in the dormitories. And wala naman kaming mga party-party na pag makilala sa namin yung mga tao na would really count. Sabi na nila because business is here in Manila. But destiny has something to do with it. And I would not like to waste that gift from God. Naman ninyo ay wala nga akong, there were about just 4 governor, 3 kung supported. Wala akong barangay na isang outside of Davao City. And yet, by the sheer numbers, you'd know that people are trying to communicate to us through me. Wala even nila ako kilala. I was not even on the national scene. I was not being nandyan, nakalabas palagi sa TV. And as a matter of fact, given my character, I simply want to withdraw. Kung makita mo ako sa public, the better. Huwag mo akong batiin, the better. Isnabil mo ako, mas lalong maganda. Ayaw ko yung, which I do not go out and socialize. I've been a very withdrawn person. Kung nakakilala kayo sa akin, kaya na presidente ako, maraming hinimatay ako. Ganun talaga ang buhay. Magawa dyan. So, tulungan ninyo ako dito because I'm trying to create the environment for really to do business, especially in Mindanao. if perchance I could hit a deal with the left, we're halfway through. And maybe the indication that they are really willing to talk is they allowed their compatriots to join government service. So that's one. Second is, ilang beses na ako some opportune times really for picking a quarrel. Pero hindi naman sila pumatol. So, behoves upon me now to declare after this meeting, I will, because they have declared the ceasefire. Huwag na patagalin para, just pick a fight there. Payag na ako. And they are already in Oslo, Duresa and Bebot Bello. I don't know if they're really working there or doing something else. Alam mo, itong daw labulado rin ito. But anyway, it would be a good start. Now, if I can strike a deal with the MI, pati MN kayo, then probably it's a gift also from the heavens. Ang kalaban na lang natin, ito yung mga gangster, the brigands, the bandits. They have nothing to offer except to torture and kill people in front of humanity. This Abu Sayyaf must be destroyed. Huwag na yan yung human rights. The drug apparatus must be destroyed. I'm not talking about killing or they have to be destroyed because they pose the greatest danger for our children, for the next generation. Pag hindi nyo ito, alam mo kasi kung hindi ako na, kaya mabutit na lang, nanalo ako. Alam ko hindi kayo bumuto sa akin. Pero kung hindi ako nanalo, my God, tignan mo, I was the favorite whipping boy as a human rights violator. I did not know the dimension of the drug problem to a T. But alam ko malala. Kaya doon sa aking lugar, I was really fighting it and nail kami doon. When I became president, inipit ko na lahat. So, lumabas. Never mind the earlier statistics of PDEA that there are 3 million Filipinos addicted to meth. Huwag na lang yan. Yung nag-surrender na, tatakot na lang ang nagpalantad. How do you solve 600,000? Kung 3 million as predicted by PDEA, but was 2 years ago, you add the new ones who have been hooked into drugs, give it at a very liberal growth, something like 700,000 lang. So you have this 3,700,000 idiots running loose in the community. Remember that shabu, constant use of shabu, even for 6 months to 1 year, will cause the shrinkage of the human brain. Kaya yung mga anak na kilala ninyo, pag sumagot, pag ganon-ganon na. At kung mag-ganon, paano maging functional na tatayan? And most of them, yung tinamaan na ka-generation na, the lower, about 20, pinaka. So it results in the breakage of the family. Wala na mga anak. Walang, ang pamilya, pag naghiwalay ang asawa, there's no direction anymore in the family. And to think that that would be the generation that would come after us. These idiots do not realize that. Itong UN ang patak lahat ng, they're only concerned with 1,000 bones. Di mo nakita itong hundreds of thousands of Filipinos. What do we expect of our country? That was the next generation. Now, if you have time, you buy the book Ion Cartrell. It's about it's online, makukuha mo yan. It's about the drug cartel of South America and how they reduce these countries into penury and brutality. Sabihin ko, kay dilema lahat sila. Putang ina ninyo, huwag ninyo akong isala dyan. Basta sa panahon ko, hindi mangyari yan. I will never allow, no. I will pass this generation, tapos, tama yung sinabi mo. I'd like to complete the Lincoln statement. He said that, bata ko yun eh. Idol ko. If I were to try to read, much less answer all attacks against me, this shop, the presidency, might as well be closed for any other business. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep doing so until the end. If the end brings me out all right, what is said against me won't amount to anything. But if the end brings me out wrong, 10 angels of God swearing I was right would make no difference. Mali ka pa rin. So ganun lang. I cannot answer everybody. And basta ako trabaho. This fight against drug will continue to the last day of my term. The fight against corruption will continue for 6 years. Maybe also many will be unhappy, but I think the bigger picture is that I would have something to live by for my country. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We shall now proceed with the group photo opportunity for each organization. May I call on the Board of Directors of PCCI on stage for a group photo with the President, Trade and Industry Secretary Ramon Lopez, Executive Secretary Salvador Medeldea, Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez, Budget Secretary Ben Jokno, and NEDA Secretary Ernie Pernia. Please get ready, committee chairs of PCCI. More than 5 seconds na tayo.
Sir, ayun ng konti kasi para makuha ko. Sir, nakagilid lang ng konti para at least makuha. Okay. Marami po ito